and welcome to the Year 2 welcome meeting. I'm Miss Tiso and I teach in 2ST.
I'm Miss Hughes and I teach in 2KH.
We're very excited to have you.
These are the other staff members we have in the group this year. We have Miss Howes and Mrs. Rice. Miss Howes predominantly works with me in 2KH and Mrs. Rice with Miss Tiso in 2ST, but they do work across the year group. The children are very familiar with both of them and we're very lucky to have them. And underneath you can see the pictures of Mrs. Brazell, Mrs. Cox and Mrs. Duncan. They form the Binfield Support Partnership, different roles, but all here to help and support you. We're very excited about Year 2, as Miss Tiso already said. We have some wonderful things coming up. The children know about some of them, not all of them, but we're excited. So we have a very special visit coming up from Florence Nightingale. You may have heard of her before. She will be visiting us and you'll hear more information about that soon. As it's Year 2, it's the Year 2's children's turn to do the acting in the nativity. So that's always a really special occasion as well. And a very special trip in the spring term on our way to Windsor Castle.
Exciting time. So, as any year group, we have daily English lessons where we'll be studying grammar, lots of punctuation, but predominantly writing. We'll be doing this through lots of topics. We try not to just concentrate on writing in our English lesson. We try and do it across the curriculum.
Spellings are important. We do follow the Read Write Ink programme as well as the spellings that we send home each week. They are matched up, so we teach the rules and the sounds and the spelling in the lessons, and those spellings that we do send home are closely linked to the words and sounds we've been practicing in class, so there is a lovely link between them to help the children with context rather than just giving them random words on their own.
Reading, we do one weekly guided reading session, and also we try and encourage the children to read across the curriculum as much as humanly possible. We have a spelling and reading session every day where we will try and read with the children. As teachers, we try and read with children at least once a week. We do have some daily readers and we also use the program Lexia to help with our readers.
We have a lovely selection of books at the back of both classrooms. The children love fiction and non-fiction, all sorts of books in a wide variety, and they enjoy having the time to just relax with those, because reading should be a fun thing. It should be for pleasure.
Exactly. And also, can I just mention that if you are reading any book at home, doesn't have to be your school book, it could be a comic book, recipe book, anything at all, that counts towards their 10 minutes of reading a night. So please do just write a note, even if they haven't read their school book.
Is another important part of our week as well. We have at least one session per week where we focus on aspects such as comprehension, asking and answering questions, making predictions, using illustrations to help us, and it really develops the children's understanding, because as they grow, obviously their fluency will naturally develop. However, really understanding what they're reading is such a crucial part to help them enjoy and move on even further.
So we follow White Rose Maths in Year 2, which is a scheme that is across the whole school. It helps the children to have a deep understanding of the foundation, and then that builds and builds and builds throughout the year. So we cover addition, subtraction, number, but also later on in the year, we'll be covering shape, space and measure, as well as all the other fun things that we do in maths. We also use the bowl quite a lot in our maths lesson. We try not to just contain maths in a book, sitting at tables. We try and get out in the bowl. We use maths when we are getting ready for lunch. For example, how many knives, how many forks. We try to make it all encompassing.
It's really important that children understand the relevance of maths, so we always try to give context, and you can do that at home as well. I'm sure you do already, but if you're cooking in the kitchen, you're telling the time, you're going shopping with money, especially with us all using cards and our phones to pay these days, actually using cash where possible is a really powerful thing to help them understand all sorts of aspects of number. So please do that if you can.
Especially with those coins, if you've got the 2p's out, the 5p's out, the 10s, please encourage them to count in their 2s, count in their 5s, count in their 10s, because it's a practical use of their skill.
We tend to focus on one big topic per term, and we can build that into all aspects of the curriculum. So for example, you can see in the autumn term, we have Florence Nightingale. We've just started that. The children are already interested in learning about her. Such an interesting character. And we can use that in, we can cover and learn about her in English, in history, in geography, in so many ways. And that's something we enjoy doing, building our topic into all areas of the curriculum. Another super one, which obviously ties into our visit to Windsor Castle in the spring term, is the Queen's coronation. And another very special one where we can learn about the world and all aspects of different places and cultures and all sorts of things is Islands of the World in the summer term.
So as you know, you have your home learning grid. I'm sure you've had a look in your home learning book already. We also have printed it off on our display outside our classroom, as well as up on our webpage. So we invite you to have a minute and read that at your leisure. This is our optional home learning grid, so you do not have to do this. If you want to maybe encourage your child to have a deeper understanding of our topics, there are some fine motor skills on there, such as tying their ties and tying their shoes, as well as getting ready independently. For this first term, that's what we're really focusing on, is developing those independent learning skills. So for example, instead of saying, Miss Tisa or Miss Tisa, I don't have a pencil, it's like, great, okay, we've got a problem. How are we going to solve it? Rather than relying on us or you as adults, we want to encourage them to be as independent as possible at this age.
And with the home learning, it's lovely to see what they've brought in already. They're so proud when they've done something at home, if it is independent or if you've done something together. It's a lovely time for you to spend doing something, just a small amount of time together. And we've tried to make it achievable, relevant and useful, like Ms. Tisa said.
As Ms. Hughes said earlier, our spellings link very closely to our weekly spelling sessions. We've gone through our spelling books that we use, our scheme that we use here, and every week when we send spellings home, they will have a direct link to the activities that we've done that week. So they are relevant, and we try and make it as easy as possible for our children to achieve at the end of the week.
And in the, on the information we've stuck in the books, it does mention a test on a Friday. It's a very informal, very, very informal. We just do it on the whiteboards and the children look and correct themselves. It's not for anyone else to see. They hold it up and we can have a look, but actually it's just for them to get used to practicing, revising, learning, and then presenting as well.
Yeah, which is a really important skill. So this is what we've done so far. We've had a really busy couple of weeks.
It has. It's hard to believe it's actually only 2 weeks.
Days.
Hopefully they've told you about some of these things already. Lots of adventures in the bowl. Again, in all subjects, we can make that work. We've got maths in there. There's we're going on a bear hunt English story as well, which they've fully embraced and been so creative as well.
It's been lovely.
Yeah, there's been all sorts of good things so far. So take a look at those. You might support your child. If not, we promise they have been active and they've been involved and they've been doing all sorts of lovely things.
It's probably because we haven't run around quick enough with our camera misses.
Exactly.
But no, it has been, they've really settled in well to year two. They've all taken to it so well, and we are so proud of them, and you should definitely be proud of them as well.
We're always going between the two classrooms telling each other things that happened.
Exactly.
It's really nice.
We love showing off as well as you do. The other day I walked in, Miss Hughes, look at my writing. It's not actually my writing, it was my children's writing, but never mind.
So expectations in year two, it's all about building independence, because each year we're building them and help them working towards the next year. So there's always something to work towards. There's always something to look forward to. And if not now, then when? We have to start building those skills now, of them taking responsibility and knowing what's required without being prompted or with just a small prompt or a small reminder. So these things, bringing home learning in, knowing when their reading book needs changing, tell us if they've finished the book, PE kits, bringing it in on a Monday, taking it home on a Friday. At the moment, we remind them about those kind of things. Trainers in every day, that's important. If we do go on the adventure trail, full bowl kit as well, that'll be really important during the winter.
Absolutely.
And they've got pegs full of things, but keeping the area tidy. We don't want to be going in there picking up after them, obviously, so we might send them back just to check when they can't find things, because often it is there. We might send someone to help them as well, and then they look together. It's nice to see, and then they're all proud when they come back and
we found it.
Exactly, that happened today with the PE kit, so it's really nice to see them help each other and support each other. And we really encourage them to go to the toilet at break times and lunch times. we have a 20-minute play, and then they'll come in and say, can I go to the toilet, please? And they just had 20 minutes. So we remind them at the beginning, and we know they need that time to relax and unwind and let off the steam. But at the same time, just that little bit of maturity to think,
Pre-planning.
Stop, I need to go. Now's the right time. We do talk to them about that as well.
Absolutely.
And yes, laces and ties. Lots of Velcro at the moment, which is fine.
Yeah.
Give the laces a go. But yeah,
at home
ties
first would be great.
but ties is a really important one, because obviously they'll have them as they go up to school. Ties is lovely.
Yeah. Behaviour, please ask your children about their behaviour chart, because they know, and they are so excited to tell you when they move up to bronze, silver and gold. They might not be as excited about talking to you about amber and red. If they are showing bad choices or maybe really struggling to concentrate, we might give them a verbal warning. Then if they continue that behaviour, they move down to amber. Now, that means that they would miss 5 minutes of their break time, only 5 minutes. Please don't think that we're taking away their entire break time, because we understand how important it is that they are running around, they're blowing off that energy. And also they need that movement break, they really do. If a child goes onto red for a behaviour, then we will be calling you and working together to see what we can do as a team to support you and the child to really understand what happened and how we can maybe work on not happening again.
And there's always a way to move back up as
Absolutely.
well. If everyone starts on green every day, and just because you move to amber, for example, it's not the end of the world. It can be changed. They can turn things around, and we're so proud of them when they do.
You know what I've noticed, if they go down to amber, I actually see even
try so
better
hard.
behaviour. And
They
you know
try so
what?
hard.
And actually sometimes they just like, oh, I'm looking. And actually that's when we do reward them. We do move them back up to green, because if they've managed to change that behaviour, that's what we want.
It should be rewarded.
Absolutely.
And you can actually see behind Miss
Oh,
T.
sorry.
No, you can see that there's no one on amber. Or
Yay!
There's no one on it today.
We won today. Yeah, no, I had a really lovely day with my class. They all ended up
Absolutely. Started to talk about the rewards already, and those excellent behaviours and learning mentalities, they should be rewarded. So there are opportunities for that to happen. Bronze and silver and gold stickers. With gold, your name will go in the book, which is around
over there, my dear.
somewhere right here. So this is a very special book. Each class has one. This is 2ST's book. If you end up on gold because you've done something amazing, or you've been consistently exceptional at something and the effort is there, you get to have your name in the book. You go and see Mrs. Mystery, Mrs. Featherstone Wright. They are always incredibly pleased to see children come to them, and the children are very proud that they can explain why that's happened. And then hopefully, in the normal world, you would then be invited to an assembly where all the children that have been on gold are celebrated.
Snack provided, that is normally a piece of fruit or vegetable. If you would like to send in a healthy snack for your child, maybe your child's a picky eater, maybe like specific fruit or specific vegetable, that is fine. Please make sure that no nuts at all are sent in.
By this point, having had most of you having had children in here since reception, you'll know the rules and expectations regarding attendance. However, if you do need any support with anything, please reach out to Mrs. Cox. She's our family support advisor. We have Mrs. Duncan and Mrs. Brazell as well, who are ELSA, which stands for Emotional Literacy Support Advisor. And Mrs. Brazell is our SENCO and assistant head as well, very experienced and always willing to talk, always willing to meet you and support. That's exactly what their roles are, and they enjoy doing it, and it's lovely to work with families to help them.
Your uniform, I'm sure since you guys have been here for a while, you all know the uniform. We were just discussing actually when winter uniform starts. So we don't know, which is good. You should be modelling to your children that you don't have all the answers, which is, what we model as well. We will get back to you as soon as we know the answer to that one. You should still have your shorts, your t-shirt, but now we're moving into the winter months. Can we please also ask that you provide a tracksuit bottoms and a jumper for your children? Can they please not have any slogans or anything, and just plain colours? Because even if it gets cold, we will be outside for PE.
but shorts are important still, because we might be
Oh, yeah,
indoors
we're
and
still
then they
indoors.
get hot. So that's the reason to have everything
Yes.
every day, because we don't know. We have an idea of where we might like to be, but things can
Where we'd like
change.
to teach it, but
On the beach.
So, as Miss Hughes said earlier, we have some very exciting things coming up. We are in the process of finalising plans with a Florence Nightingale visit, which should be approximately about £5. We're going off of last year's costings, so we are hoping to finalise that and get that information to you as quick as humanly possible. In the spring term, it's fingers crossed, we're still hoping to go to Windsor Castle, and that will be approximately £17.50. And then we have a surprise in the summer. We are venturing to a new place, and so details to follow on that one as well.
The Florence visit's exceptional. She's been coming here for several years, and she's excellent. She's brilliant, but it feels like every time she comes, it's the first time. She's so enthusiastic. The kids will love it.
She's totally immersed in Florence.
She's so convincing as well. And Windsor Castle's so special because we get to go to places and do things in the castle that the general public don't. And also the guards and the different people in the uniform all around are so interactive with the children, and they all tend to be ex-military, so they've got I was going to say they've got all sorts of stories to tell. You probably don't want to hear all of them.
Not those.
But lots of lovely experiences that they modify, and they talk to the children about, and they're happy to share, and they wear their medals and all sorts of things. So it's lovely. It's really, really special.
And they see, like, when it's a group of school children, they see how excited the children are to be there. They get excited too.
So all of this we've been talking about really is informing you and helping you, but also they're obviously your children and you support them wonderfully already, but these are just some things that maybe you haven't thought of, or just a gentle reminder. Having that conversation when you pick them up, and even if they say they haven't done anything or they can't remember, it's not true. We've been very We've been very busy every day. Let us know if they're telling you something. So, for example, if there's an area they're finding challenging, they might not let on to us, and we always tell them, and we try and build the relationship obviously with honesty and openness, but they might be more comfortable telling you. So if there's something you feel we should know, please do. We would always rather know than not know.
Absolutely. Something,
even if it seems small. It could be just a small piece in a jigsaw that helps us to help them.
Can we read their minds?
No, not yet. Working on it.
We are working on it
yet. Clubs are obviously a good one. There's different things every term for you. And again, anything that it might feel private or it might feel personal, but anything you tell us will be treated in confidence. So if there's anything we can do to help the children or anything you think we should know, it's always worth telling us. Then there's the home learning there. And you can write notes in the yellow journals. That's always good if you can't see us at the beginning or the end of the day, and we can respond in those because we do check them. And obviously at the end it says FOBs as well. Such a great group of people.
They're a good old bunch, aren't they?
So if you haven't ever thought about getting involved, maybe pop along, talk to somebody, and they're very welcoming, very inclusive, and everyone is there to
they're so enthusiastic about the school. They're so enthusiastic about everything that we do here. So if you want to talk to us, if you've got any queries about what we've spoken about today, or if you just want to grab us at some point, the best time to grab us is normally after school when we've got a little bit more time. Otherwise, as Miss Hughes said, write it in a note, catch us at the beginning, catch us in the morning. You can, if it's something sensitive that you don't want your child to read, pop it in a sealed envelope, give it to their child, and then they can give it to us so it's still sealed. You can always email Mrs. Rance, the office at secretary@infieldschool.com. And we encourage you to come and talk to us first, please, because all we want to do is help. We're here to support you. We're here to support your child. And that's what our main focus is. And we're so excited about this year.
Absolutely.
It's going to be amazing.
So I think that might be the last
thank you very much.
Thank you. And we'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.